Hey everybody. Alright, so we are now going to be moving on to systems of equations and look at what we're going to be working with first. Graphing. Fun, fun, fun. Alright, so we're going to be dealing with systems of equations and we're going to be dealing with graphing. Okay, so the first example we're going to do is we're going to start by just picking a point. And I'm going to ask you, is this point fit this system? All right, now in order for that to happen, that means when I plug this point in for the first equation, is it true? If it is, then I plug it in for the second equation. If it's true for both, then it is a solution. If it is not, then it's not a solution. So for the first one, we have y equals x plus 1. I'm going to plug this in. So I've got 2 equals 1 plus 1. This is 2 equals 2. So for equation 1, it checks. So now let's check equation 2. 2 times 1 plus 2 equals 4. This is 2 plus 2 equals 4, which is 4 equals 4. So this is a solution. Now if in order for it to be solution, it has to be an and statement. So it means it has to be true for both. If it's true for one and not the other, then it is not a solution. And same if it's true, if it's not true for both of them, then it's also not a solution. Okay, so that's example number 1. Now we're going to actually get into the graphing part, which is going to be example number 2. So let's go ahead and I'm going to start by, these are going to be linear equations. So I'm going to start by graphing or putting my x and my y-axis. Since they're linear equations, I'm going to put them in the middle. Okay, and put my arrows on them. Alright, and now I'm going to start and I'm going to graph the first equation in red. So let me actually, alright, so the first equation is going to be graphed in red. And I'm going to graph this just like we did the linear equations we did this last few weeks. So this is minus 4, so I'm going to go to minus 4, and I'm going to put a point. Now I'm going to go, my slope is 1 over 3, which means I go up 1 and I go right 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, I put a point. And then I go up 1, 1, 2, 3 again, and I put another point. So this is going to be my first equation, or my first graph, excuse me. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and connect the 3 dots. And let me see if I can figure out how to change the color. Edit shape points. I'm not sure why my colors aren't working here. Let's see. I do not know why my lines won't change color now, but oh well. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put my arrowheads on this. Now, I don't necessarily need to label these points, okay? So let's go ahead and we're going to use blue now. And this is -1 here. And my slope is -2 over 3, so I go down 2 and I go right 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, which puts me right here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, which puts me right here. Again, we're going to graph this line. Alright, and again, I don't necessarily care about the points for these particular graphs. You mean you need to use them, but I don't care about labeling these points here. What I care about now is that my solution then is going to be the point where the graphs meet. So this is the point 1, 2, 3, and down 1, 2, 3. So this is 3, negative 3, and that is going to be my solution. Okay, it is the point where the two graphs cross is going to be my solution. Now, something that didn't come up on this particular in these examples is, well, what happens if they don't cross? Well, then what would the solution be? The solution would be 0 because they're parallel, which means at no point is one point, or at no point is there going to be an answer that's going to be true for both equations, like is necessary for it to be a solution. Okay, so I hope you guys are ready to work tomorrow. Please remember that we have a sub and you need to be on your best behavior. If you do not, then I will have a project for you guys when I return, and that project will not be optional and it will not be worth any points. Everybody who does it would be excused from it, but if you don't do it, I would put in a 0, which means it will only hurt your grade, it won't help you. So you need to make sure you're on your best behavior, and that way I don't have to deal with that problem. Alright guys, have a great night, and I will see you on Wednesday.